Alright guys, what is going on? I'm sorry I'm having to make this video. Um, I'm not doing a direct upload, I'm actually doing it via live stream on YouTube. Let's see here. I posted a handful of videos just a little bit ago. How can I put this nicely? You haters, if you're watching, I've got a little something to say. If you think you are doing yourself a favor by hating on my videos and thinking you're dragging my channel down into the dirt, well, here's what I can tell you. Ain't gonna happen! I don't know what you're thinking. So it's not gonna happen. Give up. Leave my channel the hell alone, and me as well. I'm standing strong. I'm not letting those haters bother me. But quite frankly, it does piss me off. I think there's people doing it just because. That's what pisses me off. And yeah, I know there's a lot of haters out there, and unfortunately, you can't do much about it. I'm for some reason thinking it's the same YouTuber that was giving me problems before. We are not mentioning YouTuber's name. In fact, people's going to do that and, start saying bad comments. Well, I'm going to just start reporting them. Because my channel is strictly on claw machines, redemption games, bowling, racing, fishing, whatever I decide to do. It is my choice what I post on my channel. It is my choice when I choose to upload videos. It is my decision to post them. So the way I look at it, all them haters can go screw themselves. That's the way I look at it. So all you haters are gonna hate. Keep on hating all you want because you ain't gonna drag me down. You ain't gonna drag me down. I don't care how hard you try or how hard you think you're gonna try to drag my channel down. Nor do I really give two shits because you know what? I'm going to win. You ain't gonna win. So all haters can go screw themselves. Let's talk about payout on claw machines. I'm getting tired, so I'm not going to be on here very long at all tonight. Oh, hey, Joester. I post a handful of claw videos, and usually I get likes on them before a dislike, and I got all dislikes. Like there's no tomorrow. I don't know. There's people hating on my videos like there is no tomorrow. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's because the cam I used today. I don't know. Yep. And that's why I was just saying. And all them haters, they can go screw themselves. I'm not going to let them drag me down. My channel will keep on chugging. And it will keep on growing. Well, I do not plan on it. I'll keep on going. In fact, like my redemption game is the only one that got a like on it. My Winner's Cube video did not get a like. my Captain Yamco versus Showtime got 2 dislikes instead of a like he usually does. He usually gets 2 likes. It's the other way around. No, my channel will keep on growing. I've got people to help me make it possible to keep my channel going, and that's the way it's going to be. So we're going to discuss payout claw machines. A lot of people I've been seeing, I've been getting lots of questions on private message on Facebook. How the payout typically usually works is the claw machine payout is set at an X amount of plays of whatever the company wants it set at. And now the payout rate does vary based up on the revenue laws in your state. Some states may not have payout rates at all. So you may find E-Lot claw machines that are totally skill-based. But that's highly unheard of. Most of those usually have a payout. Oh, that's all right. So what typically happens with the payout so what typically happens with the payout, when the machine is ready to pay out, that claw will grab it full strength at whatever the machine is set at. Some companies typically set their claws at about 25% strength or 30 at the most. That way it kind of makes the player, tend to think that the claw is actually going to drop the prize, but it never does. So then once the payout rate is reached and you win, and it sets that sensor off, then what happens is the claw will get weak again, for that X amount of plays until that number is reached by whatever the company has the machine set at. And then how that works is you also have to pay attention if the claw closes all the way as well. But we'll get to that in just a second. With the payout, how those typically work, like I said, once you hit that payout, the claw will hang on to your prize. Now, I've been getting questions. If the machine is ready to pay out, not ready to pay out, excuse me, will it still let go? Yes, it will indeed continue to let go. What the claw will do, it'll pick up really hard with full strength, and it will loosen as it gradually goes up. So then once it hits the top, the claw will let go if it's not ready to pay out. And it just drop the price straight down. And what will happen then, it'll continue to do this until you hit that certain amount or whatever the machine is set at. So, for example, if let's say the machine is set at 1 in 30 and $1 a play, that means the machine would have to make $30 before you will hit the payout. Meaning you'd have to play it 30 times before you'll win one toy. We'll use that for example. And also, if you see a machine and you know it's going to be rigged with a payout, and you see, okay, say the toys are tucked in tightly, there is no way in hell you're going to pull those toys out unless the machine is on its payout. You would need absolute full strength on that to actually pull something out and actually get it to where you're going to be able to win it. So if it's not gettable, don't play it. Because chances are you're probably not going to win it anyhow. If the thing ain't on its payout, the claw is going to be entirely too weak to even dig anything out. Now, the other thing you need to pay attention to with most claw machines nowadays, vendors tend to adjust the claw as to how far it closes. So you may see a claw with a gap like this. So thank you, Joester. That means a lot. So what happens is if the claw does not close all the way, as I was starting to say, the toy will tend to slide through it regardless of its strength. Now, things with jewelry claws, you also have to pay attention with the claw itself. If it doesn't close all the way or the arms do not come in contact with each other, the item, watch, whatever it is, will slide right through that claw regardless of its strength. And you will need to go for something that is a little bit thicker around, has more to it, so that way the claw will actually be able to pick it up and hang on to it all the way to the prize sheet. And now there are different claw strengths, really. Variable claw strength, most machines you will find those a lot. Variable claw strength just means the claw will grab really hard at the bottom, on the initial landing. So, and then what will happen is it'll loosen on the way up, and that third setting will tell the claw to let go. And if you can figure out how often that machine changes the claw strength, you will be set and be ready to play. And you'll be able to figure out what the payout is as you go. See, what you're looking out for is for a win. In order to calculate what the payout rate is, you need to count out how many losses there are and how many times it's been played. And then you figure, okay, so it's been played 29 times and has not paid out. Okay, so you go in and put $1 in, that claw's going to grab full strength, and you're going to end up winning. See, if you can watch and you can judge that claw strength, that person's loss will become your gain at the claw machine, guys. Now, there is a trick to beating a payout machine, and that's simple. Simply play near the prize chute if you can actually win something near the chute without actually stabbing the prize chute with the claw. The trick is you need to get a few inches away from it, but yet not too close to where the claw will hook the plexiglass of the prize chute. Now, the reason why I say play near the chute, if you really want to increase your chance at winning on a payout claw machine, play near the chute. Because, and I say this for one reason, if the claw were to, for some reason, pick up your prize and let go, it may luckily throw it right into the chute if it is close enough. If you go for something far away from the chute, you are not even going to come anywhere near close to beating the payout. You'd be actually having to fight for the payout and finding it. So you basically count up all the losses. Just count up how many times what you're looking for is a win. And then if you can figure out how many times it'll pay out and, when it'll pay out in the X amount of plays, you will be set. Like I said, even with jewelry claws, let's talk about them. A lot of the jewelry claws you will see are skill-based. The Sugarloaf Treasure Shop. That's really pretty much. Oh yes, and the Pirate's Chest. Some Pirate's Chest machines can be used as jewelry claws as well. Bling Kings, you want to pay attention to them. We're going to pick on the Bling King for a second. And you're welcome. The Bling King. One thing you want to pay attention to on that one is the claw will drift. It doesn't go straight down. And the reason why the claw drifts is that black cord that leads to the coil from the crane, that connects to the crane to the coil itself. If that cord extends beyond where it should, the claw will drift. It will not go straight down. It'll drift to the left, and you will miss your prize. So how you counter for that, you play off to the right a few inches. Not too much, or you will definitely completely miss your prize. I'd say maybe a few inches tops. You'll be able to win on that. We're going to pick on the Pirate's Chest. You can set that for up to be a payout machine as well. Vendors like to typically set those things where you can hardly win out of them. They can be tough. And Pirates chests are very fast moving. The cranes move really fast on them. Typically, you will find them in like Steak and Shakes. Now, anymore, you'll find them in a Steak and Shake or at a truck stop. Now, if you find a Pirates chest at a truck stop, good luck on winning them. At, actually beating the payout or actually hitting payout. And I say that because I've had my fair share of battles with them. They are good machines, but the vendors typically set them where you have a hard time winning. Say you put in $5, some people do that, to splash around, see if it's ready to pay out. Just like the E-Lot machine, if they ain't ready to pay out, it's going to let go. Or even a plush bus. Now, the plush bus at my local Walmart, on the other hand, if you guys have seen a lot of my videos, I have a lot of success with those machines. The thing is, you got to pay attention to also how the claw spins on the way down. A lot of machines nowadays, the claw will rotate on the way down, and the claw will end up stabbing something. Now, if the claw finger stabs another prize, chances of winning is slim and none. You will not win if the claw stabs another prize around it. If you guys also pay attention to the jewelry claws like your treasure shops, things like watches, you also want to pay attention, just like the Pirate's chest, you want to pay attention to how the claw closes. Because like I said earlier, if the claw does not close all the way, winning a watch is going to be impossible, and it's going to slide right through the claw regardless of its strength. You'll need to, like I said, you'll need to find something like a box to get that claw around in order to have a fair chance at winning anything. We're going to pick on the Ultimate Beanbag Shop. Yes, prices have gone up. The 50 cents a play, they used to be a quarter. We're not talking about prices right now. We will actually be getting to that in this live stream. Yes, prices have gone up, especially at my local Walmart with Namco. But like I said, we will be getting into that in just a few minutes. Ultimate Beanbag Shop. If you guys, if a lot of you guys have played National Entertainment Network's Beanbag Shop, the claws used to not close all the way. You'd have a gap probably about like that. So winning small beanbag plush would be almost impossible, if not very difficult to win. And why I say that is because the claw would just slide right over the toy, and you would never win. Well, here's how I'd always compensate for that. Look for something in that beanbag shop with it's fairly thick as far as size goes, and if it's gettable. Because the beanbag shop likes to stab things. The claw in that beanbag shop always stabs. Very bad habit on that one. And usually is pretty weak. Well, here's how you can adjust for that. Always pay attention on the beanbag claw. Here's number one. Pay attention to how the claw rotates on the way down on your first try. And if you can figure out how the claw rotates, and they usually rotate counterclockwise. And if you're near something else and the prize that you want is gettable, and there's something on the other side of it, say the claw rotates to the left, one of the fingers are going to stab the other prize behind the one you are after, and you will not get it. Or if you do get it, you're not going to get good grip on it, and you're going to end up dead zoning your toy. That's how that works. If you can get a good clamp on something that's thick and the claw does not close all the way, it should be a guaranteed win. Now, how do vendors figure out how much goes in and how much goes out on the machines? Most claw machines do have prize meters in them and coin meters. So, what the vendors will do, they will read. Okay, say for example, the claw machine's been played 215,000 times, 215,730 sometimes, 735. and the prize meter says, let's say 7,800. Okay. And you play it 4 times at 50 cents a play, which is $2. Okay, say the machine pays out 1 time. The vendor's going to look, okay, so it's not paying out a lot still. They don't want it to pay out a lot because at the same time, the companies have to be able to make a profit, and yet at the same time allow you, being the player, to be able to win something. You can't win all the time, otherwise they would go bankrupt. Now, is that an excuse to make the claw so weak that you can't win? Absolutely not. Stacking the odds against people, it's going to make them not want to play. They're going to play it 1 time and say, oh my God, that claw's super weak. Oh, I'm not playing it. I'll find another claw machine that's stronger elsewhere, not at this location. The vendors will be able to see, based on how many times it's paid out and how many times it's played, that is your percentage on the payout. And it'll radio back. A lot of people, a lot of vendors have like a giant wand type deal, and it's digital. You got buttons. You got to type in the coin meter and prize, and that's how everything works. Now, a lot of vendors don't know a lot of how people can figure out on that. Well, they will never know that people actually look up on YouTube or Google how to beat claw machines. A lot of people tend to think that claw machines are rigged, which is not necessarily the case. There are claw machines out there that are payout and can be very tough to win at times. Well, sometimes I do manage to come in and actually am able to win something on my first try. And then after that, the claw gets extremely weak. That's how people tend to figure. Okay, am I getting ripped off? Not necessarily. And parents do tend to think that claw machines are a waste of money, which is not necessarily true. If you look at claw machines with doodads and other knickknacks, watches, other kinds of jewelry that may be in that machine, like I said earlier at the very beginning, always pay attention to how the claw closes. And vendors tend to like what they do when they fill up jewelry claws. They tend to like to put the items close together, making it very difficult to actually win something. So what you have to do is actually be able to use one of the fingers of the claw to actually pull the item that you wish to actually attempt to win away from the others around it. In doing so, you'll need to move the claw and play it offset. Don't drop the claw directly on top of it. Because if that claw rotates, you're going to stab everything around it, including that prize that you're after, if you don't get anything cleared away from it. Once you get the claw, get all sides of the box or whatever it is you're after in the jewelry claw, once you get all sides of the prize exposed enough to where you can get the claw around it, the claw will not have you will not have a problem securing a good grip. One thing you always want to pay attention to, I don't care if the machine is skill-based or not, always pay attention to how strong the claw is. Even some skill-based claw machines are weak. Well, that all depends on, like I said, the revenue laws in your state. Some states can have, some states have skill-based machines. A lot of them do, actually. And most of them have payout. Most of the payout machines are down south on boardwalks and stuff, or even in malls in bigger cities like here in Illinois. You also, like I said, even with the Namco fire truck or a plush bus, the claw does rotate at times, and it can stab things. Now, even, just like an Oakmont, Plush Bus and Namco Fire Truck, you stab something, you're pretty much done. It's game over. You're not going to win. So I hope everybody has a great night. I'm going to get off and go to bed, and whatever else we got going on. I'm going to be working on uploading racing videos. Start working on them. So all you racing fans out there, you got material coming. So stick around. Until next time, everybody, leave a good comment down below. Leave a like. Feel free to share any of my videos. Until next time, everybody, I will see you guys next time, and I'll catch you in the next one.